Morning, Tubbers. I'm filming whilst on the M6, which is either very irresponsible or we're in a standstill. That answers that question. And I'm listening to Radio 2, and Lynn Bowles has just been on and said exactly what you don't want to hear. The M6 northbound is currently at a standstill due to an overturned lorry. That's not what you want to hear, is it? No. And there's lots of police cars, lots of specialist equipment gone down from the fire brigade, which, let's face it, could be simply a fender bender these days. No, I'm not saying they overreact, but yeah, so a lot of equipment's gone down. So I'm driving for a new company, a new agency, out of the company's out of Melton Mowbray, and the agency's out of Leicester. And the only reason that I decided to give this a week's go, because I got no problems with the agency I'm with at the minute, and I'm going to give them a shout out. It's Tumbling Personnel out of Nottingham. Rob and Rich, they're a pair of good lads. They've not been going long. But the only reason I took this one is A, it's more money, which we're all driven towards, I'm sure. But this is doing the freight side of the business. And the particular jobs I've got today, I've got five drops, one collection so far. But it's just regular freight, so i.e. it could be any shape, any size, not palletised goods. So it's not networking. But yeah, so I've been sent to Birmingham, and Birmingham can be a pig at the best of times, but as soon as something like this goes wrong, that's it, you're at a standstill. So I've phoned the office, let them know that's all I can do, and we'll see how long this takes to get through. But this can put a right spanner in the works, can this? Because this stuff's got to come off, you know, and it could be here a while. I've got my lunch, got a drink, so I'm all sorted. I'm in a Mercedes, and it's alright, but this is all new to me. The layout, where the buttons are, you have to find where everything is, etc, etc. There's some stuff I don't understand. What's ASR? When I press it, there's a button. There's a hazard flashes up there, look. Press it again, and it's off. I don't know what that does, but I'd say it's something to do with hill starts. Now the gearbox in this, so far I've driven straightforward manuals, i.e. 6-speed, first to sixths, that's it. I've driven 4x4s, which is where you have the splitter on the gear lever. They're straightforward. And I've driven fully automatics. However, that's a text message just come in. This is a semi-automatic. I'm not American. Semi-automatic, which is it didn't take much getting used to. I'll be absolutely honest with you, but it's got a clutch pedal, and you know when you're in gear because you hear and I'll try it now. Let me see if I can do it now. So let's put it in first. So I can do it without pressing the clutch. Right, I'm in second now. So if I press the clutch in now, you hear a noise. You ready? that noise, that means it's engaged. But the fella that says, have you driven one of these before, and he kindly showed me what's what. He said if you're fast on your clutch, it'll get on your nerves, which I'm not. I'm quite I'm kind to engineering. I don't thrash my trucks about. But you'll hear it. It sounds like a machine gun fire, but it's actually an audible warning. It's nothing manual. It's not a manual noise. It's not an actual cog on cog noise. So if I bring that back down now, click, and then to get neutral, if I press that button, that's it. I'm in neutral, so I can take my foot off the clutch. But you can pre-select your gear. Let me show you. So that's now saying second gear look. So let's say if I want fourth, yeah. If I now that's still in neutral. If I put my foot on the clutch, click, we're in fourth. Good, isn't it? Back into neutral. I've got the engine running to keep the heater warm because it's a little chilly. Well, it's not cold, but it's not warm. So yeah, so that's a new gearbox. It's another one I can tick off my list. I got there this morning. I was given the keys to a truck. I did my checks on it, no problems, cleaned the mirrors, etc, etc. Put the fire extinguishers had all been recharged. They were all in the warehouse. I could see them. I said, does one of them need to go back in? He said, 2. So I put them back in, opened the curtain up ready to be loaded, and a fella opened the door, scared the Jesus out of me. So I said, oh hello, this is my truck. I know, hi, okay. I said, well, I can tell you it's got no defects, if that helps you. So yeah, then I had to take my card out and I had to go back to the office. They gave me a keys for another truck, then I had to go through the whole process again. So I think I was one of the last out of the yard this morning. So yeah, we'll see how long this lasts for. Now I didn't know if all I was told by the agency was that this was trunking work, but it's not. It's just general haulage, freight, and I don't know. I thought, well, I could have been anywhere. I could have been down on the south coast. You just don't know. So I've bought a bigger memory card for my camera. I bought a 32 gig memory card because one of the things that I've been operating off a 4 gig, which is not a lot at all. I'll give you about half an hour's worth of footage, maybe a smidge over, and then I've always had a backup 2 gig card, but I broke the 2 gig card. I don't know how I broke that. So I went into Asda and I purchased a new one last night. So memory should no longer be an issue. Some of you will notice I've got a nice shiny new intro to my videos, which I've never had before. I've always done my videos quite raw, like as is, this is it. But Trucker J very kindly put that together for me and emailed it to me, and I was proper chuffed because he obviously took a lot of time to put that together. So you'll see that at the beginning of the videos. I posted the first one last night, and the second one I've just put into the movie editor, and I've just got to upload that onto YouTube. I might do that tonight. It just takes so long. My computer's on a go slow, so I bought a hard drive at the weekend. I took a load of data off it, backed it up, because my wife, she's training to be a counsellor, so she's got a lot of information on there she doesn't want to lose. It doesn't take up a lot of room on the hard drive, but she doesn't want to lose it should the worst happen to the computer. Oh, there goes a tow truck down that way. He's on his phone as well. That's naughty, isn't it? But anyway, and I'd got all my video files from doing these vlogs, so I thought I'd get them off there onto a physical hard drive, because I like it, and I'm not au fait with the cloud. I'm sure a lot of you are, and you're laughing, oh, it's so simple, but I'm just not. So I physically put it onto the external hard drive where it's been kept safe, but it didn't make a lot of difference. It's still running quite slow. It's quite an old computer now. I did buy a new computer back in just before, when I was doing my training. I needed because the DVD drive on my current computer give up the ghost, so I thought what I'd do was buy a new computer. So I bought a brand new shiny HP, £500 worth of kit. No, I started off at 350, but wasn't happy with that. Took it back to Couriers, said, look, this thing's slower than my current one, and it was Windows 8, which probably had something to do with it. But anyway, I ended up with a £500 computer, which is fairly high up, fairly high spec, lots of RAM, lots of storage, etc. But no, just the new batch of HPs are not like the old batch. I've got the 6930p, and it's more of a commercial computer, but it's brilliant. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I'm struggling to find one to match it. And you should be able to pick one up off the shelf, shouldn't you? But no, still a lot of emergency services going down. Could be here for a while. Part of the job though. Right, I'll catch you later. Yes, that's an overturned lorry down there. Now we started to move. I've been stuck on the M6 into Birmingham for 2.5 hours now. We did start to move. Things picked up a pace. We were on our way, and then that big recovery truck pulled across, blocking all the lanes to right this lorry, and I can't quite see it from here, but it looks like a smaller 7.5 ton maybe, with a box on the back, like a fridge lorry, something like that. That's what it looks like from here, but I don't know until I get up there. Yeah, so I've been stopped again. I kept the yard informed, that's all I can do, and I said, look, you know, are any of these priority? These what's it? He said, oh, you should have plenty of time to get them done, but it's 12:30, and if they're going to right that thing before opening this lane back up, which I suspect they will, then well, I spent a little bit of time in recovery, and it doesn't happen just like that. You know, especially when you're lifting something like that, it takes quite a lot of organising and a couple of trucks cradling it and whatnot. But yeah, so although I haven't got a lot to do on my manifest, it's still, you know, everywhere shuts at 4, 5 o'clock, and it's 12:30 now. Let's say I'm here for another hour, so 1:30, and I've got several collections to make as well. So, oh, you have plenty of time, he just said to me. And I thought, right, which I know is not the case. So we'll see how today pans out, but this is not the start I know to doing this kind of work. I put myself in for this kind of work because somebody from the agency spotted my CV online. I think it was on Indeed, and she asked if I'd want to sign up for them, because they got some work out of Melton Mowbray. Melton Mowbray is a better location for me as opposed to Tuxford, because although it takes a similar amount of time to get to, because Tuxford I'm a 5-minute drive to the A1, then it's a straight shoot to Tuxford. So in actual time, it's not as bad, but in distance, Melton's nearer. Melton's about 17 miles in total, whereas Tuxford's best part of 30 from me. So there's fuel to be saved there, plus the fact my son has to be collected by my mother-in-law, who lives in the village where my son goes to school. Not by coincidence, let me tell you. And because Melton's the other side of the Vale, that works better for me also. Because I can collect him on the way home, as opposed to have to go out my way to come back again. And it just shaves a little bit of time, because the less time he spends there, the better. You know exactly what I mean when I say that. You know, you don't want to put on your in-laws. So yeah, this day has not panned out very well so far, but I felt I needed to do this work, as I needed experience doing it. When I first started chefing, I went to college, then I went back out into kitchens, got a bit of experience. Then I went to a friend of mine moved to the Caribbean, and he offered me a job out there, so I went out into the Caribbean. So I did a bit of experience out there, and then when I come back, I felt I've got gaps in my knowledge, yada yada yada. Went back to college for a further 2 years, and did the advanced stuff. But I found the best way to learn the trade was to go in as many different kitchens as possible, because every single kitchen I went into taught me something. And be it the best head chef in the world to a general assistant, there was always a smart little trick that you could pick up off somebody, and I always kept my mind open. Yeah, and I learned a lot in chefing. So yeah, hopefully I can apply the same rule to trucking. If I do several different kinds of work, get a bit of experience, then nothing's going to daunt me. Whereas if I stay in networking, doing the pallet stuff, that's all I'm going to be used to, that's all I can do, and I want to be able to turn me on to anything. You know, I don't like being scared of anything. So yeah, and then hopefully we'll move up to Class 1. So, but yeah, it's a shame that is. I shall catch you guys later. This is all I've been blinking doing all blinking day, and I'm fed up of blinking doing this all blinking day. I spent a total of 4.5 hours on the M6 going into Birmingham this morning, and needless to say, when I spoke to the office, I said, you know, is there any of these we should be prioritising? Because like, no, you'll get them done. I thought, no way, I'm used to delivering like 12, 14 pallets a day. I know what it takes to do this, you know. There's no way we're gonna get it all done. I had 6 drops and about 5 collections. Something had to give. And you know, I did say to him, he almost scoffed at me, oh, plenty of time left in the day. I thought, well, it's 20 to 2 and I haven't done my first drop yet. That's never good. So yeah, and now I am going back to Melton Mowbray via M6, M69, which I'm currently on, before I get on the M1, before getting onto the A M46. And there's 1.3 miles to go before I get off onto the M1. I think there's delays at the M1 anyway because the road works. So this is all I've been doing all day. So ho hum, that's how my day's gone. So I've got 2 deliveries left on the back, which I couldn't do, and there was 2 collections which I couldn't do. I can't do it, especially in Birmingham, where after sort of 4 o'clock traffic starts building up anyway, so you stop being able to get from A to B. So nothing I could do. Is one of them things where you don't feel good because you've not managed to complete everything, but absolutely not your fault. He said, I didn't realise you were sat in that traffic jam until 20 to 2. I said, well, I did ring somebody up and tell them. It's a classic example of the lack of communication that seems to go on in a lot of transport offices. The times I come up against this, where I've done my bit, all I can do is keep them informed. From the minute I knew we stood still and we were staying still, like 5 minutes in, I give them a call, I let them know, and I kept them updated all the way through it. And then when we started moving, I called them to let them know we're moving, and then they stopped us again. And at that point, one of the recovery trucks spun sideways, blocking the entire carriageway off. So the one carriageway that was open, letting people through, they closed it again, and that was it. So, and then they had to have 2 special cleaning trucks go in and clean the road, because I don't know what was there'd be all sorts, supposed to be glycol, there'd be diesel, etc. But it was one of Maritime's. No, it wasn't Maritime. It was Wincanton. Wincanton's truck carrying a shipping container that had gone over. So there we go. That's how the day went. But I phoned them up for the last collection, which they were hoping I was going to get picked up. I said, look, the Google Maps says I'm 22 minutes away, and that's in clear traffic, and they shut in 9 minutes. You do the maths, it ain't gonna work. So they called me back in. That's it, game over. But ho hum, hopefully I'll be back sometime tonight. Catch you later.